to the bigger plate where the rubber meets the road. Got deep the whole day. So part one was who's responsible for broken homes in the black community? Part one. Spent a couple hours on that. Then we went to part two. How can we make broken homes in the black community better? It's just something I want people to tap into, put the edit together, and just take what you will. These conversations extend to different conversations as a result of the initial topic. And it's very, very informative. And I suggest you embrace opening your ears to allow your mind to breathe. Learn. And if you feel some type of way and you want to add to the conversation, pull up, conversate with us, listen to the lives, or tap into these comments, the comment section, and just spew your thoughts. We learning, we growing, we elevating. I appreciate any and everybody here. Peace and love to you.
Yeah, that topic you got is gonna be crazy because everybody can take some of that.
Yeah, I think that I be hearing us talk every day, right? You one of the more brothers that's informed. I don't know where you come from. I don't know about your background, but listening to you, I can tell you somebody that I can build with and tap in with. If I was to come wherever you at, and if you was to touchdown where I'm at, I know from how you speak the camaraderie there. So you one of the ones that get it. I just push the line because I put up some reactions and people are going to comments arguing and fighting, and so
Yeah,
I pull a topic from out of that every day. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's just something I wanted to tap into just to see what people think, and we can have a conversation instead of us going at each other. But I know you probably get it. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah, yeah,
Christina,
yeah, yeah, I do.
Hey,
how you
hey,
doing?
late. I'm over here tapping the screen, honey.
Mm,
Hey, sweet, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I already know how you. What's up? You still on birthday time or you chilling?
I am. I go back Tuesday. I am. I go back Tuesday.
You
Let me
ready?
tell you something. All my patients, they on FaceTime and they was like, where you at? Come back, please.
You ready? You ready to go back, or you chilling?
Um, I do miss my patients. I'm not gonna lie. I do
That's
miss
what's
them.
up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I do.
That's
I'll
what's
be
up.
ready to see them sometimes.
So you finna go back and show some love and get some love.
I only work Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays anyway, so I get 4 days off.
Man, you chilling the right way.
I
Do
know.
it be a lot when you be there, huh?
Yeah, it's always something going on because I'm the only nurse that works rehab, so
Is it
it's
always
always
is
something.
it always bad or not necessarily? Or yeah,
Not
not
always
bad, but like
bad.
overwhelming, like.
Y- Yeah, my hall. Well, let's put it this way. No, my hall is the hardest hallway in the entire building.
Wow,
It's always something happening. I get all the admissions. I get pretty much any type of rehab possible.
wow.
It doesn't matter if it's smug rehab,
So do you
accidents.
get do you get do you get like physical rehab
I
or
get
not?
everything. Physical rehab. I get it all.
Wow, so occupational and all that.
Occupational, physical, speech, all of that.
Oh yeah, you see it. Let's see it.
And some too, host, when you just sitting there talking about breaking bread and everything like that. I think a lot what you do about your profession too brings you into a certain level of your certain level of understanding the mentality.
That's a
Because
fact.
I'm an entrepreneur, and I always say that don't nobody walk with God more than an entrepreneur. Because you
That's
need
true.
God to open up doors for you, the things that you can't get to, and in places you can't get into.
That's
So
true.
at the same time, you got to be able. I want to be an empath, man, yo. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to look at things from every angle. I don't want to look at things from just one way. I think
You
that's,
seem you said you want to be. It seemed like you are.
you know what I'm saying? It's like I just want to see it from all angles, man, so I can make a good decision. I'm a leader, man. I got what? I got a fleet. I got 10 trucks. I got 25 employees that listen to me. Their lives are in my hands. You know what I'm saying? The way the
Yeah,
business stuff that are moving. So I gotta go seek a higher power. I gotta seek something else, man, to help me make good decisions and make sure that I'm doing the right thing and leading by example. So you're gonna hear that come out of my speech and come out of my talk because at the end of the day, I got to prove to myself that I can do this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's love, and you're right about that because there's certain people like Christina. I feel like we all kind of know each other in a certain type of space now, but I used to see we just we'll be maybe engaging in a conversation, but she was kind of open minded, and I could tell about certain things she was responding on and stuff like that. So even though I ain't know her, once she came to the platform, we started chopping it up. I'm like, wow. And so you're right. Being in a certain profession would allow you a certain type of mindset
Christina,
to have a certain type
Christina,
of conversation.
Christina is a wife, man. That woman's a
Yeah,
wife,
that's a
bro.
fact.
And
Well,
yeah,
you
at the
know,
end of
I
the
don't
day,
know if you heard us. Well, I don't want to put her business out. Well,
Go
she came
ahead. It's all
and
right.
told us about she been through some things and she been married on. Blake, you've been around for a minute, so you
yeah,
probably
yeah,
know.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
she was that. So
But
she is that. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying, but yeah, but to go through all the turmoil and hardship that she done been through,
Okay, okay. So
and
you do
still be
remember.
positive and still have love in her heart, like you said, nurturing and caring and all that other stuff like that. She ain't loud. She ain't trying to be in the front. She ain't trying to be necessarily in the back. She just trying to be what her purpose is and whatever the case may be. So you can already see that in her, man. And it's sad in our community that we ain't got more like her. And
Yeah,
I'm
she's
sorry she
solid.
had to
She's
go through
solid.
what she
She's
went
solid.
through. Yeah, she had to go through, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And it's still the fact of the matter is she's still on top. She's still
Yeah.
happy. She still show love. She still love men. She still love life. She still love women.
I like the way she bring that positive energy,
Yeah,
and she's still able to have her perspective, and she stand on that.
yeah,
I don't. It's crazy how we can disagree, right? But we still able to show each other a level of respect and just it's fascinating to be able to see that,
yeah,
and be able to have that conversation to where Lake might say something, and I might just give Lake some pushback just to see how Lake gonna come back and Christina don't play though. She just, but like yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before. We talk about so much. We was talking about something, right? And you and Christina felt the way. It was yesterday. I think it was about
It was
Tyler.
yeah,
yesterday. It was
yeah.
yesterday.
You just said,
Y'all was like, you know what? All right. And I like this why I love these conversations because we can talk to each other, and before you know it, we building and we learning. Now, if I come at Lake and I'm like, no, Lake, I'm a Muslim. You wrong. You a Christian. How we gonna get somewhere? We can't
Mm-hmm.
get nowhere. If I listen to Lake and Lake tell me how this add value to his life, and I'm able to sit back and listen. Once I see that, I'm gonna say, you know what, brother? Cool. We're gonna show each other love. What's up, Keith? Hey, Keith. Keith, you can speak, bro. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I always look at your video. I always look at your videos. I haven't had the chance to follow you, but I always look at your videos.
Cool.
That's one thing. And I'm responding to the title. I believe it's both of us.
Okay.
I believe that it's the way we're working together. Our sisters don't like us. And we don't. And for some reason, we starting to not to like our sisters. And I believe some of it because of what's going on Facebook, everybody and TikTok and stuff like that. I believe as a 54-year-old man, it wasn't like that when I was growing up. You seen black love. You don't see that now. Now it's all about what you can give me. We have no compassion for each other anymore. Every culture I done seen, even if they had their broken families, the father is still around. We get mad, the father get mad, or the mother get mad and don't want to come around anymore, and that hurts our children. That's why we got these YNs out here now because of I would say the '90s because of me because I was born in the '70s because of me because of the people of my age. We never really grew and grabbed these kids. We got mad at our girlfriend when she had a baby and said we ain't doing nothing for this baby. And now they grown now. And now we complaining about that. It's both of us. The woman get mad at us because we can't provide certain things for her, and then she don't want us no more. And then we get mad because she don't want us no more, so we don't want the baby no more. It's always been like that in our community.
you
And
know
we,
what? I can piggyback on what you're saying, man. I grew up in a two parent household, but I watched my mother give me and my brother so much love. It put a wedge between me and my father. And I
Right.
had to
Because
understand. Yeah, I had to understand as I got older, and now I see it for myself. My mother wasn't right, but we still loved her because that's what we was taught to do.
because the
But
mother will say stuff like this. The mother, even if you married or even if you are just co-parented, the mother will say, "This is my child." You know how to make a man feel when you say it's my child?
right,
I
right.
have nothing to do with this. Only way you can get have half custody if I go to court. I should have half custody as soon as this baby is born if I made it. We have to fight for our rights. The mother has all the rights. And we get sometimes, I ain't saying all women, it's only in our community, but I ain't saying all black women. But some black women will use that against us. And some of us getting tired of it. Some men get tired. We'll just say, well, we'll wait until he's 18 and then we'll explain what happened with his mother. Sometimes it don't work like that. They already got how would I put it, a certain scenario about you now. Because the mother and the grandmother or the aunts don't put so much in their ear about how you, excuse my language, how you ain't shit. Then when you meet this young man or young daughter, they don't want nothing to do with you because they'll say, "Oh, you left my mother," and because they put yeast in the game. And yes, I understand. Like some of it's financially because you definitely have to raise a child with
I
money.
will,
You
I
definitely
will,
have to
I
do
will,
this
I
stuff.
will, I will say this though. Hey, host, I will say this, and this is my only pushback with the women as far as this topic. This is to me, this is probably one of the biggest things that we don't talk about. A woman influence is powerful, man. A
Yes.
mother, a grandmother, a friend, an auntie. A woman's femininity, man, is so strong that she can be in the house with a bunch of boys and turn them boys, one or two of those boys, into a woman or have feminine ways. A woman's influence, man. Who gonna not believe grandma? Who not gonna
Yeah.
believe mama?
You're
Who
right.
not gonna believe the woman? Why the woman gonna lie? Why would
Because
she
My
lie?
grandma and my mama to even sit and talk to me and let me be in the presence of adults while they talking, they not right. She childish. She not a mama.
like, like I tell you this, I
Hold
believe
on, hold on, brother.
women.
Wait, the sister, you cut off, sister. Well,
Oh,
come
I'm
on.
sorry. I apologize. I
No, you
apologize.
good. You good. Well, come
No,
on,
because when
sister.
I make my points, I make points that you can elaborate on, and you don't have to agree with me, but I make sense.
Okay,
That's all I gotta say.
come on. You can talk, sister. You want to talk?
No, I want to talk. I want to type. That's all.
Okay, okay. But if you want
But
to come up and talk, you welcome to speak your piece. We cool.
that's the only thing I got to say, man. I think a woman's influence can turn a whole generation, can turn so much. And then I think what happens is when the children
hey,
or the
porcelain. Hey,
person
I'm
that's
sorry,
being
man. I
influenced,
used to
but
speak. Come on, lady. Come on.
no, the person that's being influenced can sometimes have a mind state of resentment towards the person that we're talking about. And then next thing you know, when the child finds out that it possibly won't like that or it was fabricated or exaggerated, I think the child sometimes turn back and be like, now we putting the child or the person in question in confusion. And that's not love. Anybody can keep you in confusion, don't love you. That's my
That's
just my
true.
take. I'm just saying though, influence. Our women have a lot of influence. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Miss Porcelain, you want to speak, sister? Come on, and then we'll give back the key.
Okay, host, you so respectful. I want to say that who's responsible for broken homes in the Black community is the women. The women are 1,000% responsible for every broken home, because
Oh
they
wow.
choose to.
I have to disagree. I'm sorry. I'm
Hold,
sorry. I
Of
have to
course, of
disagree.
course,
Because
you
we
have
come
to.
from the
Of
rib
course,
of a
of
man.
course,
Let her
of
finish up.
course,
Let
you
her
have to
finish the point.
disagree. Of
hold on,
course, you're gonna
Miss.
disagree.
Hold on,
Of
Mrs. Wood.
course.
We going what we do. We gonna let her speak, and then you can come back so we can have the conversation. This is why we try to use these platforms to at least try to have a conversation. So once she speaks, we'll let you come back in, and don't leave till you try to build a little bit. Then you can get to the comments. But stay up here for a minute and let her speak, and then we're gonna let you come back and say what you got to say.
I'm sorry. Don't do that because I didn't mean to interrupt. It's just like
No,
I
you
feel like
cool.
what I have to say is gonna help all of us.
Okay. Okay, I'm saying we like that. I'm saying let's let her speak and then you come back. You good though, sister. You straight. Come on, Miss Bobby.
I don't know. I just feel like, and this is
We
to be
want to hear
taken
the
with a
women speak.
this is to be taken with a grain of salt because there are some responsible black women that did not choose to be a
Stop
single
on the
mom.
other thing. Stop
But
on
I
stage.
say that the reason why women are responsible because they are the ones that chose the man that they were with. I feel like if people would have practiced abstinence and just waited a little bit, not been so impulsive sexually to deal with guys, they could have really saw who that guy was or what was his potential in life. And that just goes with everybody. Okay, we make mistakes, we live and learn. But if I can like redirect my path and not dealt with the people that I dealt with in my past and my husband now and just allow him to be my first guy, I would have did that. But the fortunate thing about it, I wasn't irresponsible with my dealings with in other relationships. I don't have any children because I knew for a fact that my goal was to never be a single mom. I've always told myself that I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to be a single mom. I wanted a two-parent household. And I was willing to be loyal, grind out, do whatever I have to do to make that work. A lot of people want these fast food lunchbox relationships. Oh, he pissed me off, or he's not doing this, or this and that, and they want to just throw the relationship away. And furthermore, a lot of women get with men, let's just be real. They have, financial arterial motives. They may get a man because he can pay their bills, or they may trap a man with a child because they can get some child support. Or even more sinister, some, depending on which demographic you're talking to, like if you go down to the 304s, some of them would just get pregnant just to get the Section 8, the WIC, the food stamps, and all of that stuff, and then say, "Oh, I don't need a man." So it's just like I feel like they're the culprits. Like when you move the man out the household for the welfare system, or you move the man out the household in general, we have effeminate boys that's leaning to the Rainbow Coalition. We have promiscuous little girls because while you at work, if you're a responsible single mom, you don't have time to be at home with your child because you have to work. Who's raising your child? Who's
Come on
raising
now.
her? Nobody's raising her. So if you never push the father out the household, you could have been raising your child. I'm for homeschooling. If I have a child, I will homeschool my child. I'm not putting my child in the system because those teachers, I don't trust those teachers. Who's vetting those teachers out? I don't know what type of, you're not going to indoctrinate my child. I don't know what type of, whatever you teaching them, you're not going to teach my child that stuff. And so, and furthermore, when I talk about the men, they are there to protect us. And women, we have to control our materialistic appetite. We put a lot of demands on these men, and that's why probably why they went in prison, because you made him feel like he had to get you that new car. You made him feel like he had to get you that Chanel bag or whatever it was. He went out there into them streets to show you that I'm man enough to give you everything that you want and more. So I feel like we pushed them out of the household. So if you want to rebuttal me, go for it. I'm
That's
done.
that's I want to say that that's real deep the perspective you came with. That's why it's good to listen to people to see which way they coming from. Okay, come on, sister. If you want to speak to that, you can
Hello,
too.
good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hold on, brother. Hold on one
Huh?
minute, brother. The sisters was
Okay.
building. Give them a minute, then we're gonna jump to you, brother. Edith.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay.
Okay, brother.
All right.
I said I disagreed, and I can't believe I could even remember why I disagreed because I usually forget things real fast because I'm so pure minded. But I said I disagree with that because men men are crybabies. Like, we are emotional, but when a man wants something, he'll beat you up and he'll go to jail and die and come back and be outside in front of your house acting a ruckus if you don't open that door. I know a man, you're not with the right man. If you was with the right man, you don't choose your baby daddy. And you don't choose when life meets y'all together or bring y'all together. But hey, maybe y'all need to separate and then come back later on in life when I'm 35. Why? Because you the mother of my kids. You the foundation. I can build with you before I build with somebody else that's just a nobody to me. She don't make my fruits. She don't have my offsprings. I can have 12 more with you. because you're my baby mother. And a man will want 12 kids because he want a football team. Just in case he not around to handle things, I can depend on my kids and know they're going to jump you. They're going to football tackle you. Why? Because I already done trained them and raised them up in the way that they should go. And I feel like the men, the daddies are the reason why it's like that. That's why the white and blacks are so messed up, because the black daddies leave chasing the white one. And it's not always like that, because you got some light-skinned men that like real dark women. That's why I feel like, I don't know, like, it's just a man gets to his age and he realizes where he want to be. When he realizes where he want to be, and he'll give you some time, because he can't be the man she needs. Because a lot of lust inside of you, got to be the woman he needs to understand that, to let him go. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back. And when y'all come back, y'all are working on a foundation. Y'all not there for the sex out of each other no more. Y'all not there to go and experience life together. Y'all come back experience. So now, if I'm looking at marriage or I'm looking at long term with you, that means I'm depending on you. If two of us making money, we should be billionaires by the time we dead. Leaving other people money, leaving other businesses here that's gonna be 100 years later. It's easy ways to make business in this generation. This is the best generation to have, to come together, not because of what you want, but because of what you need for the generation, for others. This is not the time to be selfish, because there's so many ways to skin a cat, but do it the right way, because you don't need to skin a cat. Who wants to skin a cat? You nurture. Women are going to nurture, and women are the ribs of men. See, we feminine. It's but so much we can do. Our minds are strong. You're strong in body, but we're strong in mind. You think childishly and you mature late. But one thing about it, a man know, dang, I messed up. I'm probably gonna regret this. But then over here, she done trapped me, and I'ma cheat tonight. And if I cheat, I'm finna cry about it to my wife and tell her. And if he didn't tell you, he wanna keep you.
Mia, can I
And she better not ever tell you that they cheated together, cause he'll drop her in front of you. What you say? For real?
Can I ask you a question, Mia Amore? Mia Amore?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, well, where you from?
I'm from South Carolina, where we used to get hit in our mouths, and children didn't dwell in the company of adults. We were raised the right way in church every day. We were every Sunday in Bible study.
I was asking because what we do, it be people here from all walks of life, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever been here. This may be your first time. What we do is we try to allow different energies, different aspects, different upbringings and different information. You probably younger than the normal, you probably a lot younger than my normal people that we deal with. So we're a little older than you, and what we try to do is interact to a point where we can all learn from each other. So if you're willing to learn, I need you to stay in, and you can be who you are, but you got to be willing to listen also, so we can learn from you and you can learn from us. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm a good listener because I love to learn. I can be with a man that's broke and only can pay his rent, but if that man's smart and can teach me something, and he's good in the bed, you can only afford your rent, baby, and afford to get my nails done. And I can afford to do the same back. We get team and we making it bills by bills. But because you a smart man, we ain't gonna never lack. Because we gonna know how to hustle.
Right, but I'm gonna say this: not just the men though. We want you to learn from the sisters too, the ones that may be trying to give you some hard truths. You know what I'm saying? We want to learn from each other, meaning everybody. I'm not.
I can take criticism. I used to get abused by one of my exes because he said I couldn't take constructive criticism.
When you said what you mean with the A word, try to say A, B or something. But what you mean that? What you mean? You mean physically or mentally?
Physically and mentally. And I'm so good of a heart person. I would lay down on the bed and he'll go in the bathroom, come out the bathroom, beat me up, and I won't retaliate. I won't retaliate till the third time he done strike out on me.
Okay, on these platforms, you got to be careful with certain things you share because maybe some people might want to give you some advice and you may feel away. But I want to ask you this: where your father was at?
Man, my father ain't never been nothing. But one thing about my family, they ain't never tell us he was nothing. We ain't seen it till we got older.
You had any brothers or uncles?
I got all brothers. I'm the only girl.
Okay, okay. Well, we appreciate you being here. We want to keep the conversation going and build. And you was talking to the sister, so we want to let the sister speak back to you, or
For
just
real, because I'm ready to hear what she got to say, because I can agree to disagree. I said you don't have to agree with me, but it's just my opinion. I'm not going to force my opinion on you. And you
she
don't even
wanted,
have to be listening. You could put the phone down, but I'm going to say what I got to say, because what I got to say is going to help
she wanted
people that want
intelligence.
to know and want to learn and want to live life easier.
She wanted the intelligent sisters on the panel.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I have
Go ahead.
nothing to say.
Okay,
I don't have anything to say at all.
okay, okay. Christina, you there? Oh, you might be. You down in the comments. Okay. Ida.
Idi Amado.
Okay, Idi Amadu. I like that, brother. Come on.
I don't have much to say. I have a few things to say to you guys and to everybody. There's a saying in my language says if you want to take down a nation, go against the woman, because once you defeat the woman, you can defeat the whole culture, the whole family. When you defeat a man, you just defeat one man, but when you defeat a woman, you defeat the the whole family. And you can defeat a woman not by force, but by the mind. And that's the problem that's the problem that is affecting here and affecting our Black American women. Okay?
Where you at, brother? You sound like you got an accent from Nigeria, South Africa.
No, I'm from Ghana.
Ghana, okay.
Yeah, but I'm calling you from New York.
Got you. Okay, come on, brother.
Yeah. And I've been here since 79.
Wow.
My kids and my grandkids were born and raised right here in the States.
Did you go back home?
I've been home, I've been coming home. Now my kids are adult, they have kids, they're married, have degrees. And so now I'm going back for good now. They don't need me now. So I'm happy with that. But and I'm saying this on behalf of my kids. Okay? Okay. What the Black American leaders have to do now is they have to pull back now and stop following the white culture. Stop following the white culture. We have a saying that anytime when you cross a river and you see two fish fighting, that means white men have swum in the water. Please step back, stop following the white culture, and go back to your own culture and find what's good for you guys. But white Americans are not good. They are not here for the benefit of you. As a Black man, nobody likes you. You have no friend. Period. I've worked for myself in this country for almost 40 years. I work for my own business. Trust me. And the work that I do every day, the response that I get, you are not supposed to do this job because you are Black and you are African. No, you can't do this. You can't do this. I'm always ahead of them. That's what I have to say. And the problem that is going on with Black Americans here, it's not just right here. It's happening in Africa too. Each problem that happens here in American, it goes to Africa. So the problem that we have is we Blacks have to create something and find the best solution. That's all I can tell you guys.
Thank you, family. All
Yeah.
right. We want to allow the sister Kuala and the young brother that just came in to speak.
Hey,
I'm
everybody.
gonna leave now. I'm sorry. I gotta go to work.
Okay, appreciate your presence, brother. Visit
Oh,
us
nice.
back home.
Oh, nice talking to you. Huh?
No, we were just saying, okay, brother.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Hey, everybody. My name is Quayla. I just wanted to respond to something that he just said because that's something that my dad tells me all the time. He says that if you want to destroy a nation, you go after the mother. And he also talks about if you want to build the nation, then you build the woman. And the reason for that is because the woman is the first teacher of the child. The mother teaches the children first. She gives to the children. She also nurtures the man in the home. And then he goes out and he builds the world. but it starts in the home. It starts in that space. When you have mothers who are loving and caring with their children and taking care of their children, those children go out and they are productive in the world. And that's not to say that people who maybe didn't get that same nurturing can't do it. It's just that they have less obstacles to deal with when they step out into the world, when they have had like that proper love, tenderness, and care from home. So I just wanted to say that I just totally appreciate him bringing that statement into the conversation because it truly is important. Now, to address the conversation, which is who's responsible for for the broken homes in the Black community, shoot, I mean, dang, that's crazy. Because we're told that the man is supposed to lead. So if the man is supposed to lead, then how can you not place any accountability on the man?
Hey, what's up, panel?
Hold
What's
on,
up,
hold on,
host?
hold on, hold on, Cooter. How you doing, brother? The lady was speaking. We're gonna let her
Yeah.
come on. Go ahead.
But at the same time, it's kind of become this vicious cycle where you see women and men going back and forth at each other. There are women who've been hurt by men who have done hurtful things to the men. And then again, the cycle continues on and on and on. So, I think that this is something that I feel like we should be asking a better question. I think we should be asking a different question. How can we get back rather than who's right or who's wrong? Because if we keep pointing the finger at each other, we're never really going to get far at all.
The question is for to get to the point where, because what I learned is first we have to all take accountability
Damn.
in our commitment to adding to the cause or whatever it's causing. So if we could extend it, just by saying, what would I do in order to, but bring these questions up because I realize a lot of people don't want to take accountability. It sounds like you're one of the ones that is because you said instead of you throwing shots, you just sat back and said, "Whoa, you put some thought into it as opposed to jumping out there." Come on, brother Keith. Well, Kuda, go ahead. You guys can speak. Go ahead.
To the panel.
Well, I apologize. I got
Okay,
felt
go
off.
ahead. I go. I go last.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. One of y'all start, then the
I
rest of
got
y'all can follow.
Yo, peace to the panel.
okay.
I'm gonna
All right,
start off
so
and say basically, it's the black kings, b. I mean, like we got to put in perspective that us as being a nation, as black protectors, black providers, that we gotta set that foundation straight first. I mean, like it takes us as the leading masculine energy to set that goal, to set that journey. This is what we're gonna do, and then that wife or that queen is gonna be it's gonna be the extension to what we got going on. So what I mean, so at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people is like individually looking at life as being individuals and not being couples. I mean, that black queen and that whatever, with a king and queen, whatever that state, that king has to start that off first. That king has to know his foundation and what he's going to build on top of that. So if that queen come in, she's going to know what's secondary because that man is always going to come first. It's always going to take that man to build. So I mean, that's why I feel like we are in destruction right now. Is the black kings are ducking out on responsibilities. I mean, I'm married. I got 5 kids by one woman. I mean, this is the foundation that I wanted for my tradition, for my kids to see. It's okay to love your wife. It's okay to love your queen. It's okay to stand on business. I mean, and that's what my sons is gonna see. It's okay to like, yo, this is what we're doing. Like, I mean, there's nothing else to be said, but it starts with the black man. And I'm gonna end my plane. I'm gonna land my plane with that, God.
All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Kuda.
I'm gonna start it off like this. I can't even fly no plane. If I land it, it's gonna be on God's grace. But at the same time, what that prompt say? Who's responsible for broken homes in a black community? Is it from one area or to the next? We got to look at it like this. It's broken up into different areas. That's the reason why you have redlining. That's the reason why you have this and that and all that type of stuff. You know. And then I don't know what old boy was saying, like dealing with this and that, like dealing with the females and everything. It was brought to them. The females can pick it up and put it down because they call themselves independent. No disrespect. They call it independent. And they threw the black man out the home.
Okay, come on, T. Come on, brother T.
She just spoke. It's Keith, man. Keith got to go.
Oh, Keith, I'm sorry. Come on, brother Keith.
Okay, I like Chi said, I understand what he said. But like I said, I believe it's both of us. I understand what he's saying about the black man, and some of it is true. We're not standing on business. And the ones that are, we call them simps. That is standing on business. We have sisters that treat us like we're no one. They get on this app and say we ain't nothing. We black men ain't. They have they have discussions about how black men ain't this and black men ain't that. We're tired. A lot of black men are tired. Are tired of trying to be the right man you want, but we're not. We try to be provider. Okay, everybody ain't gonna make $1 million. Everybody ain't gonna make $100,000. Some men just make 50,000 or 40,000. But we're no these them men ain't no good because they ain't making money. It's like now it's not about relationship, it's about providing money for the woman. It's not about providing a household and y'all work 50-50 on everything. The relationship, the kids, whatever, cleaning, whatever it is. That's how I always learn. When you have a woman in your life, y'all work together. It's not me coming in every day and just handing my money and she keep her money. No, it don't work like that. Y'all work together on the bills. Y'all work together on the children. The mother makes the rules. The father enforces them. It's always been like that, and we forgot that. We forgot that with our children. We forgot that with our family. Y'all remember y'all grandmother and that grandfather? They might not have time like each other, but they made sure them kids was okay. Their kids was okay. Y'all remember back in the day when the black woman and the black man worked together? It's not like that no more. For some reason, they got in their mind, the women got in their mind, because they educated, and I'm so happy y'all got educated. And I appreciate that so much. Because we need education in our community. All fine and well. But for some reason, once they got these degrees, they feel like they better than us. You're no better than us. Oh, if I ain't making what you making, all fine and well. If you want to make what I was making and you making a little money than me, I'm still gonna care for you. If I like you and if I love you, I'm still gonna be there for you. But we don't look at it. We look at it as finance. It's a transactional relationship, and it shouldn't be like that. And it's only in our community. We're killing our community with this. Our kings and queens are dying every day, lonely. Our children is out here running the streets, killing each other. And no man, if we're not stepping up and picking these kids up, we're not picking our queens up. We're not even picking ourselves up. We're so in a depressed mode where nobody wants us. We want to blame everybody when some of this stuff is on us. We can't say all this stuff is the white man.
Can I
Uh,
speak? Can I say something to him?
come on, Forces.
I wanted Keith, I absolutely agree with you. I said the exact same thing that you said before you came up here. That's the thing. Everybody's looking for an excuse mechanism and they're looking to put the blame on someone. And it's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life because it starts with accountability. In order for you to
When I was
change,
growing up, they were
Hold on.
squares when I was growing
Okay.
up.
No.
Now they lame.
Wait, hold
And
on.
that's all I gotta say.
No, the sister was speaking. Forces, the one you were speaking?
no, I mean I can hear
Yeah.
him out.
Okay.
Oh no, I said that's all I had to say.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm in agreement with you. I just feel like it's irreparable at this point. I don't feel like it's even salvageable because the music that they listen to, and like you said, I'm in agreement with you. Once they get them a degree or some type of educational background or more money than the man, they emasculate the man. So now that they have the ability to take care of themselves, they saying that I don't need a man. And it isn't until they get in their probably late 50s, pushing 60s when they would take any man that's willing to take them at that point. And they realize the little money that they earn is not it's not sufficient enough to cope with the loneliness that they have. So they become sugar mamas. They start buying men at that point. So that's the irony of it. And also, you know, we have to address the elephant in the room. They're buying sexual objects to, replace the man, plastic things and stuff of that nature. And they also are leaning to lesbianism. They're going the other way. They don't, and they feel like that's why the feminist stuff is out here. And it's like the way it is with these women. I know I sound like I'm scatterbrained, but I'm trying to say TikTok friendly words to not get the host live compromise. But what I'm saying is that these women are going into unnatural relationships, being with other people and doing other things because they're making more money than the man, and they're forgetting about their children. Their children are not even a priority anymore because they feel like, oh, I got this job, I can just give my child whatever they want. There's no boundaries to the child. The child don't have a fear of God. The child don't have respect for authority. The child don't know how to respect their elders. The child just going around doing whatever they want to do. And really, they're pushing this type of barbaric energy out there. And then when the police have to deal with their child, then they're saying that the police is racist. He's using too much force. They took disciplinary out of the schools. Can't nobody tell their children nothing. But they're not even raising their child because they're too busy working a job, and they push the father out the house and nobody's there to raise the child. So social media is raising their child, music is raising their child, the homeboys down the streets is raising their child. But they all want to defend this child that they don't even know could be a predator, could be a serial rapist, kleptomaniac. They don't know what the hell they birthed because they're not there to monitor it. And I already told y'all time after time about micro, oh my God, chimerism, micro chimerism, about how a woman can be a promiscuous woman and sleep with multiple dudes, and all of those yogurts that's in her body is attached to that child. They don't know what this child is. They don't know.
Like I say, man, I gotta agree with Porcelain. You know what I'm saying? She again, giving her a clap, bro. She always come through and dropping something serious, Jews, bro. She's always
I like
she's
that.
always
I like that too. That's the
Yeah,
reason
you know
why
what
I
I'm
sit
saying?
back and listen.
One thing I like about the sister is that she's fair. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and I don't want anybody on this panel to think that she's always in favor of the men, because I've seen her on different platforms call the men out and say what it is. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I say about the sister is that she's fair. And I appreciate when she comes on, because I just sit back. I don't even want to interrupt. I want to hear everything she got to say. She's educated. She's smart. You can't say because she's a woman is educated is this, that, and the third. She's still educated. She still has a husband. She's still submissive to that man. She's still underneath that leadership. But she's not in the ship sink based on her husband just leaving. I'm pretty sure, just like Barack Obama, if you didn't think Michelle had input of the country, you're sadly mistaken. Behind every good man is a strong woman. So I appreciate your sister for always coming through and shedding some light and always putting it down like you always do. I look forward to talking to you on these panels because I know you're gonna do what you do. But I have to agree with her. The fact of the matter is you cannot control, you cannot protect what you can't control. And I don't mean in the sense of, I'm from an unhealthy place. Our women and kids gotta listen to us. If we the kings, like the gentleman said before, there's authority. There's authority that has to be had. Men are authority figures. Real men are authority figures. So a lot of times they say when our women raise these children on their own, 90%, the statistics say that 90% of our children are going to be incarcerated. But they say 90% of the men, the women, the kids that have a father a father figure in their life. 90% of them don't go to jail. So what does that tell you if the man had, and then don't get me wrong, there's some men out here that don't want to be fathers, but there's some men that's out here that's been forced not to be fathers. And like you said, is we can't. I feel the way it's supposed to feel. I'm trying to figure out how in the world we're going to get it back to where it's supposed to be when you have the social media influencers. You have the music that's off the hook. The female rappers are out. It ain't even that you don't even hear the male rappers no more like talking about it. The females are taking over the game. And even when they start talking, they talking about everything. They ain't speaking no knowledge. They talking about shaking it, dropping it, twisting it, moving it, and it's influencing our young girls and everything. I was watching a school special one day, and they was asking all the kids what they want to be. Young black girl got up and said, "I want to be a baby mama." Where we at with this? Man? Where we at with this?
If
You know
we
what I'm
can
saying?
all agree that if we can all agree that men are the authority figures, and if we can all agree that men need to be in their children's lives, then why aren't you present? Why aren't they
Because,
present?
okay, so I can answer that because majority of the time, even with my children, it's been a fight. It's not always been the woman just saying, "Hey, just you can just be the father." It's a fight. We in and out of court sometimes. I'm making decisions. She's making decisions. I'm supporting her decisions, but she's not supporting mine. Some men literally have to fight. I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The men that take care of their children are on child support. The men that don't take care of their children are not on child support.
I want to allow, it's another young lady in the room. I want to allow her to speak. Miss Amir Moore, and I haven't heard from Christina yet. So go ahead, sister. You want to speak, or you still listen? Miss Moore, okay, she might be in the comment. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was in the middle of saying something, but I want to say this. All y'all on child support. Do you know the jail population of America is like 6 million men? Like half of us can't even vote. Like we don't even have the rights to vote. Like it's crazy. All y'all on child support. In a way, and the government gonna get their money out of you regardless. Period. It don't even have to be the child support. You got court fines. You gonna get tickets. State trooper on you. You can't even swerve. You can't swerve on them. Swerve left. Swerve right. No. It's too much control. It's too much people trying to control people and not controlling them with the right intentions, man. It's just messed up. But we have the advantage. We come from a time, bro. And them people back in the days, I don't know. I can't speak for them because I ain't lived there. I live in the time of a blessed nation, of a blessed generation. That I ain't gotta go through slavery like my ancestors did. I didn't have to get being hanged, but they did. They came from nothing to allow us to have something. So we have some type of power. We're worth something to come from nothing, and the white man be rich and say, "I'm gonna leave you this." Them white men had to be kings for that generation for us. We literally they adopted us to make a better nation for us. We're messing it up, but we can fix it because we're not dead. As long as you wake up and see another day, you got a second chance. That's what God mean by that. To fix it. When Jesus died, he didn't die for himself. He died for the world to fix it. It's the heart of people. You got to get yourself surrounded by the same people with the same intention, the same mindset. With my mindset, I've been already planning how to be a billionaire. I just can't stay focused enough to actually do it. And I can't do it alone. And right now, I'm dealing with the wrong person, I feel like, because with the knowledge I know, I can bring people that want to make some money. Cause hey, I'm trying to help you. I ain't even trying to help myself. I'm trying to help each other. I'm gonna make a plan that we all gonna benefit from. We gonna be billionaires together. I'm smart like this. The knowledge is power. Cause knowledge bring money. Knowledge bring pleasure. Knowledge make it make sense. Knowledge bring equality. Knowledge in a function, in a math function, because math is the earth. You have a numeric number, you have a what's the sign in the middle, whatever sign it is, and you have another number, but you got that equality. It gotta equal to something. And it gotta make sense.
Yeah, the number you talking about is called genealogy.
Okay, Miss Porcelain hat
I
raised
can
her.
talk loud because I'm from South Carolina and I'm very geeky, like New Orleans people. But one thing
Yeah,
I
you
don't say,
Geechee.
man,
We
my
got
mom is a
we got
Puerto
Geechee
Rican.
down here in the
I'm gonna
dirty
get
south.
real proper and educated and switch up my dialect on you real fast. I will answer a
Okay.
call in a business office and they can tell this girl is proper. I'll punctuate every word in the correct way. So you don't have to ask me what I said again. Because you heard me the first time. And if you ask me what I said again, I'm probably not going to say it because I know you heard me.
Hey, but can I tell you something, Mia Moore?
Hold on, Cooter. Miss Porcelain have raised her hand. I'm gonna let her speak. Then you can come out to her. Come on, Miss Porcelain.
No, I was just gonna say to Mia Moore that, I think I could kind of understand what you're trying to say. Like everybody, I don't know. Like, are you trying to say like we all need? I don't know.
We
I'm
all
trying to
can
get
learn
what.
from each other because if we know everything, the world is over. If it was no room to grow, if it was no room for these trees last long, but that tree grow and that tree not only starts as wood, but it grows into leaves, and not only one leaf, it grows into many leaves. That's how many ways it is to skin a cat in the world. It's not nine. That your family tree did not only breed this black or light skin, it breeded all because we all got to come together and we got to come to an equation. And if we got to agree to disagree, that's even an equation because we can't. That's a subtraction. And it's better for me to get rid of you than to continue to deal with you. That's the best equation. Either way, it gotta equal to making sense and better for the both of each other. And two alike people or two people on the same team, bro. This mindset I have, if I had the right people in my life that would accept me in all my ways, but no, I'm not gonna. I might f up me, but I ain't gonna never f up you. Trust me to put me on the back burner to save you in certain situations. I ain't gonna carry no cross and be hanged and die for you. That's Jesus. He the most loyal man on this planet that ever existed. Ain't nobody else in your life. Your daddy ain't gonna do that for you.
All right.
The sister.
Now can I say something?
Go ahead, Cooter. Go ahead.
This goes out to Mia Moore. Mia Moore, you said a whole lot. You got heart in you. What's your horoscope?
Aries head first. I'm a ram head first. When rams fight, they head first, and I'm passionate in everything I do. And that's what all Aries are. We might be airheaded. We might be
Okay.
airheaded,
Okay, you going too
but
far now. I
we're
just
good
wanted to know
fighters.
what you was.
We fire sign because I'm gonna describe you an
I'm a
Aries.
fire sign because I'm a Leo.
Every fire sign, I'm gonna tell you one thing about every fire sign. We the first house. We the strongest. Every fire
But see, the
sign.
thing is, I wanted to tell you, tell me in the dirty South what a picnic is.
I'm sorry, I want to learn because I don't know. Tell me.
I don't want to say this on, I don't even want to say this on Bigger Play Panel. But see, the thing is, when it come down to the dirty South, when it come down to stuff like that, us people, we don't play like that. You know what I'm saying?
Play like what?
I'm just trying to teach you.
Play like what? Because who we playing? I'm 27. I done played my whole life. I played. I'm tired of playing. I don't play.
I'm tired of playing too. I done been through 2 wars. You actually think I'm tired of, you think I want to play?
You've been through 2 wars, sir. Well, help the next man that's gonna go through 2 and 3 more wars. Use your life
And
as a
I will.
testimony,
And you know what? And
not
I
as
will.
not.
And I will help you.
Sir. The way you talking to me, we will argue. So the best
No,
help
it's not about no
is to be a
argument.
subtraction sign in this equation for us, because
See,
we're
that's the
not gonna
reason
be
why
calm and making
Aries
money
and
if we gonna
Leos don't
argue.
get along.
No, because Leo's my Leo boyfriend tried to take my wig off in front of all his friends.
Oh my goodness. Hey,
Hold
you
on.
know what? Hey,
Hold
I'm
on.
going on mute.
Hold on, sister. We're gonna let Unapologetic and B May. You guys came in. We want to allow you guys to speak. Come on, sister and brother, or sister and sister. Y'all there?
Here.
Come on.
I think everybody keeps saying hold somebody accountable, right? But what's the purpose of holding somebody accountable if they're not going to have an action behind it? It's just a waste of time. We can hold people accountable, but if they're not going to try to do nothing about it, then the accountability word really holds no stance, to be honest with you. A lot of them feel like if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Meaning that if I can make my own money, right, and if I can take care of my household, why do I need to join a man in? That's their mindset, right? I don't need a man. Why? It's not broke. So why am I
I
trying to
need
fix it?
one.
And I think
Cause I like sex. I like to be pleased, and I only want to be pleased by one. I need a man, and not only for that, I need a man to learn from. I need a leader,
Hold
and
on.
I don't hang around everybody. I'm not a
I,
friendly
I
person.
never said you. I don't even know you. I
Hold on, sis.
never
We
said
gotta
you.
hold
It
on,
was
Mr.
the
Moore. We gotta
prompt that
allow
he
the
asked
young
the
lady. We
question
gotta allow
about.
unapologetic to talk, and then if you want to come in, you can come in. Hold on one sec. Go ahead, unapologetic.
Yeah, I don't know. So to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of times it's we as women have to be more strong-minded, right? And I know a lot of people might not like me when I say this, but I definitely believe it's the woman. It definitely is the woman. And it goes back to whenever they put it in our head that guess what? We have the opportunity to be by yourself. And if you be by yourself, guess what? We're going to give you all the assistance you need, right? If you stay at this level, you can do this, you can do that. You don't need no man. But if you bring a man in the household, guess what's about to happen? Now we're going to come and we're going to do an inspection. If we see a man in that household, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take you off of the program. So guess what happens? They get scared to even have a man. And they're like, well, I can do it without a man or whatever. Because look, if they're going to help take care of me and I don't have to have this, then what does it matter? Right? That's the mindset they allow them to have. But you are right. We are responsible as a people. To be honest with you, we're more responsible as a people. I can't blame nothing on the next person. I can't. I'm responsible for my kids and I'm responsible for myself. I can't expect the world to raise my kids. I can't. Yes, I do have to work, but you also have to have a place where you put yourself in a predicament where you figure it out. Do you got to sacrifice? Yeah. If you're not willing to sacrifice, the street's going to raise your kids. You aren't going to be able to raise them. And that's just me.
Checkmate. Hey, apologetically, can I pick it back off you real quick? You talking about like throwing stuff out there for the black woman, this, that, and the other. Yes, I'm gonna say it for the black woman and everything and all that. Okay, think about like stuff being thrown out there in the hoods for our sons and everything and all that. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Let's let B May speak. Come on, B May. You there?
Man, I ain't even finished.
Oh,
I'm
he can
sorry.
he can
You
go
went
ahead.
Man,
quiet.
you
Come
know
on. You
what's
went
out there
quiet.
in the
Come on.
hood.
Come
You
on.
know what's out there in the hoods in these bigger projects and stuff like that and everything else and all that. Come on, bigger play.
Yeah, I got you. Come on. Come on, finish up.
What's it called? So yeah, who's responsible for broken homes in the black community? Well, that's the problem of saying who's responsible. We all have a play, and that's why there's no growth and we're stagnant in certain areas because we're always trying to figure out who's the problem. At the end of the day, men are leaders, and that's their role that they should take. Now, today, are many men taking that role? No. And are many women doing their role? No. At the end of the day, the most logical thing in my head that I could possibly think is even if things is going wrong, and instead of looking like, okay, all right, you're the problem. Okay, I'm a leader. I see the problem. I'm going to find a solution. You know what I mean? Because honestly, going the back and forth, we don't get anywhere. And at the end of the day, just like I forget who was speaking before when she was saying about the responsibility, that's a big thing because I wanted to bring that up. We're not, for the majority, people not ready for that step. And I'm gonna tell you that now. People not ready for that step. Because if people was ready for that step, people would already started taking initiation in a process to take that step. And that step that I'm talking about is actually taking hold and taking control of your kids. And I'm talking about in all fields, from school to every little thing. People are not ready to take full responsibility for their kids. And if you are the ones, I'm talking about the majority. You understand? And that's the thing. We can talk about what's in the hood, what's this and that. I know people growing up dead in the middle of the hood that took control of their child and their world and their responsibility. And those kids are not running the streets, doing whatever they want, this and that, yada yada. In the third, good grades, well mannered, and since young, boy and girl. So I feel like that's just a load of excuses when we just always blame what's around us. No, it's very easy to take control of your goddamn kid. It's just people don't want to.
So I've been sitting back quiet, just listening to everybody's opinion on this topic. And I have something to say. I do believe that it's kind of like both of our faults. It's 2025. We know how to take accountability now. We know where we messed up in the past. The past is not today, but I feel like we're responsible for just fixing ourselves so we can be better. And like she said, we're responsible for making sure that our children are better. Now, I'm going to say some stuff about the women because I can speak on the women. I can't really speak on the men because I'm not a man. We got some loud mouths. Well, not me, but we got some loud mouths. You can't tell women nothing. They write about everything. They mean, they're bitter. You got maybe a handful of women that are actually good women. And the rest of the women are influenced by everything else on the outside. Y'all allowing other women to keep y'all single, keep y'all in dysfunctional behaviors. You're allowing that. So that's why it's really messed up. I can speak on us, but I can't speak on the men. So don't think that I'm just taking off the men's side, but I'm speaking for who I am. You know, so I do want us to be better. I do want us to learn from each other so we can try to grow and be better, because we should not be tearing down the men like that. I've seen it a lot. I've seen some men terrified to even speak, terrified to even say something.
Hey, Christina,
That is sad.
Christina, hold on for a second. I want to interject just for a second. Hey,
Yeah.
host, can you drop me and bring Earth, what's her name? Earth Goddess up in. I think she wants to come up in, and that way it won't mess up your algorithm, man. Where you going?
But yeah, you know, I just feel like we should try to help the younger women, you know, shape them a little better. I wish they listen to the good women. I wish they would. I wish they get off of the channels that's telling them to be these ruthless women. I wish they get off of that because it's not leading you anywhere at all. At all. So yes, we can all improve, but because I'm a woman, I'm going to speak on the women. We need to improve.
Okay, and then on top of that, as a man, I have a whole daughter. What would you say about that when you sitting out here protecting?
What do you mean? I'm confused. What's the question?
No, as a man, you out here protecting, and you
Uh-huh.
got a whole daughter.
Uh-huh.
This is that. I mean, that question is like sustainable. You like seriously. But what I'm saying is that okay, when it come down, we agree to disagree. But I agree to some of your. I agree to some of your everything, Miss Christina Riley.
Okay, to respond to a comment, someone said, so you know all the women. No, I do not. I'm speaking from certain things that I see. I did not say it's every woman. I said certain women.
Yeah, so they can say the same thing about me because I've been all around the world. They can say the same. If they can say that about you, they can say the same thing about me because I've been all around the world and I've seen this with my own two eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all talk some more because I really was touching. I like that Miss Porcelain's her comments. I like that unapologetic and B May. So
I think a part of the
Okay.
things that I've noticed in what you're saying is, we have to realize that what you see on social media does not represent the diaspora. So I think if we can take that into consideration and know that that there are a lot of good people out here that are doing work behind the scenes that are not trying to be out in front, or that they're not made popularized because there is a culture of promoting toxicity. That's just a fact. You got people talking about that movie that Tyler Perry just made, so we know that that's the truth. That's a part of the conversation. So yeah, there are women out there, but they're just like there are women out there that are out of line, that are out of pocket. There are men out there that are out of pocket as well. So from my perspective, what I can say is, because like somebody mentioned, taking control of your children, which is very important. All I can do is suggest some of the things that I've done, right? And some of the things that I've done was, instead of going out to work for someone else, I decided to create a business so that I could be home with my children. So I started a home daycare. And then after that, I went and did another business. But the things that I did and participated in allowed me to be available to my children, allowed me to be there when my children needed me, allowed me to catch certain behaviors that we not about to be doing that, talk to dad come in here and check everybody out, make sure everybody doing good, and I think that this is just something that we have to start taking action on, and not just talking. Because right now where we at is we just talking. It's a bunch of talking and ain't nobody doing nothing. So when somebody said something about solutions, absolutely get into the act of doing what you say you about to do. Put your money where your mouth is. So, talking to the community, having these conversations is important, but we got to move the needle forward. We can't keep standing still. And a part of moving the needle forward is saying, okay, well, what are some of those solutions? Who are some of the people that have done some great things with their families? There was a guy up here earlier that talked about having 5 kids and being married. Those are the people that we need talking to the men, not these red pill dudes who are then just teaching these guys to just be deadbeats, right? And just the same, not Cardi B's who are teaching the young girls to pop it on the internet, but these are things that we all have to take a part in, because we are a community regardless. But there are a lot of people out there that they don't want to act or move as a community, but then they want to come and talk about what the community is or is not doing. And I think if we just find a way to be community, like, because my grandparents always talk to me, one of the things that I'm gonna just shut it down after this, they always talk about how if you was in the neighborhood messing around, you was getting your butt whooped by every neighbor that you passed by. Everybody that saw you doing something out of pocket, until you got home to your house, you was getting your tail handed to you. And then you got home and your dad handed your butt to you too. And that might sound harsh, but it was a neighbor. It was a neighborhood. It was a community. It was the village raising them. And so we don't have that now. A lot of it has to do with attitudes and everything, but at some point we got to bring it back. We got to bring it back around. And it starts by our own selves, doing better for ourselves individually, teaching our children better. Then we spread that out in the community. Your nephews, your nieces, your cousins, you can teach them and talk to them. You in close proximity to them. So we can't have conversations with people we don't know and expect them to listen to us. We got to start with the people we know in our own communities. And thank you so much for the time. I'm about here.
What's it called? I just wanted to say the one thing, and no, it's gonna
She
be hard
dropped because
for.
I was about to rebuttal everything she
She
said.
know she dropped because I
She
came
knew.
up here because she
Yeah,
knows
I
I'm
know
about
she
to rip her
did.
ass to
I know
pieces.
she did. She dropped.
What level of fuck is she up here talking about? And on top of that, why are you trying to censor Christina? Every time a woman do not be in agreement with all of the freaking bollocks that they're hearing coming from these other women, we know she's not talking about every single woman, every single black woman. Like, guys, be for real now. She's not talking about every single black woman. But if we look out into our community, we have more women doing piss poor than we have women that's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. And guess what? We're standing too close to each other anyway. Okay? We don't even have a place where these group of women can go, and the ratchet ass ones that's not doing what they're not supposed to be doing is at where we're all mixing and blending now. Because you know why? There's no accountability. The ratchet girls also have the freaking so-called good girls as friends too. And you can't even tell them, hey, why you got freaking 4 kids and freaking 3 baby daddies? Why? Why you out here trying to let every man meet your vagina and meet your kids? Why? Why you out here wanting to freaking carry before marry? Why? Why you out here talking about, oh, man ain't shit and man ain't this and man ain't that, but you still getting pregnant by them? Why? Like, come on now. Y'all not going to be censoring her just because she don't agree with your level of foolishness that y'all up here talking about. I'm not in full disagreement with everything that she was saying. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But a lot of the shit that she was talking, y'all got to stop. Stop this bullshit, please. Today's the Sabbath. I'm in very great spirits, but I'm also with the shits when I hear it. Like, you guys got to stop. Like, y'all trying to censor her so bad. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm just so annoyed. Like, we know it's not every single woman, but if the other woman who's not a part of the other dynamics, why can't we start holding those women accountable? Like, why if a man break up with you, that means that he's automatically breaking up with your kid, and that you got to drag him through the system, and you're going to weaponize the kid against him. Why can't we hold you accountable? Why can't we say something? And then when you hear my little ass start talking, the first thing you want to go to is, she's not even black. She's not from America. This level of stupidness because you don't like what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? No, we need to be holding you accountable. It is the black woman that's out here producing the same type of man that she's complaining about. I'm going to let that sizzle in your spirits. You are raising the same type of man that you're complaining about. Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm blaming you and I'm leaning in on you because the father is not in the home. And even if he's not in the home and he's tried to be a participant in the child's life, it's unsuccessful because you're going to set up roadblocks. You're going to use the courts against him. You're going to freaking damage the kid mind. Okay? A effed up mother do more damage to a kid than an absentee father. But y'all not ready for that part. Y'all want to pick and choose which part of the kid life the man can be a part of on your timing, on your leisure, whatever. It doesn't work like that, love. It does not work like that. So you are essentially damaging the community. You're raising these same baby boys, oh, my baby, you're cuddling and cradling, right? And not thinking that he's going to go out there one day and be somebody's freaking husband, somebody's father, but you're out here teaching your daughters hyper independence. Let me understand how that works. You're teaching your daughters hyper independence, but you're babying your sons and putting them in freaking tutus like they're freaking ballerinas. Right? They can't even get off your breast properly. They can't even go out there and get a girlfriend because you think that you're supposed to be competing with the woman that he choose.
Who are you talking to?
Like, girl, I'm not talking to you, so you need to go on mute. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, so go on mute. Do not come up here talking to me, period.
But you had all kind of stuff to say.
Do not, and I know your ass heard it. Okay? I know
you did. So
your chemical infused brain heard it.
I'll wait until you're done.
I know your chemical infused brain heard it. Do not come up here addressing me today because I'm with the shits for you today. Okay? Do not.
Let's go then.
Do not come up here. Do not come up here addressing me. Because you're a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem.
First off, I appreciate
you are a
what
part
Christina
of the
had to add to the
problem.
conversation.
Stop talking to me.
What I did want to point out was
Stop
that there are
speaking
some
to me.
things.
Stop speaking to me. I was
She was talking
speaking. I
before
was
you were.
speaking. You're being
You cut her off.
disrespectful in your big grown age as an old ass woman. Stop speaking to me.
Old ass woman. Oh, okay. There you go again.
I don't give a shit. You're not gonna tone police me.
Who
The only person up here that can say something to me.
That's what you just did.
The
You cut her
only
off. You
person
cut
that
her
can say
off. You
something to
always
me
do
is
it.
the
You cut her
host.
off. You're so jealous of her. Stop being jealous. You jealous of her. You obsessed with her, stalker.
Jealous.
The only
Sweetie, I was
person
here
who can
first.
say
You
something to
follow
me,
her from panel
and
to
you
panel.
left. Stop.
You follow her from panel to panel. Come
That's
on,
not
you
even
being
true. I was here
stalker.
first.
You are so
Oh
obsessed
my
with her, bro.
god.
Okay.
Bro, you
Wow,
cut her
you
off.
obsessed with
Let her
her.
speak. That was rude as
We
hell.
see you watch
Okay.
her profile. We see your footprints. Stop playing.
That ain't never happened.
Thank you, sis. Oh my god.
That ain't never happened.
You want to
sis.
talk so
Like,
bad? God, let me hear what
first
your
off,
chemical infused brain got to say.
I
Go
just
on,
wanted
talk.
to say that
Go on, talk.
Christina. Good, thank
Big
you.
and have no
So
behavior.
first
Go
off,
on.
when I was responding to Christina, what Christina had said was, she sees a lot of things, and so
I don't
I
give a
wanted to
fuck what
point
you're
out.
saying. Christina might not be with the shits, but I am.
So I wanted to say that it is
All
important
right.
to notate that we have to look at the whole of the community, because what we see on social media does not represent the whole of the
Bro,
community.
that was rude as
I can say
hell.
that
You
myself
see how she
because
rude, right? All the
I'm not
time.
really
All
a
the time.
part
I'm
of
being graceful
I'm not
for
really
her.
a part of this group
Go
of
ahead,
women that y'all
chemical
talking
She's
brain.
about.
like that. She's
Go
like that.
ahead, chemical brain. Go ahead,
She's
chemical
But
brain.
entitled.
wait, can
She's
somebody?
entitled, B.
Go
I
ahead,
She's
know, but
chemical
that
entitled.
was
brain.
rude. Earth Goddess, can you like? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know you, but that was just rude. Like she was in the middle of speaking. You did Like, you need to take accountability. You did interject and really just started speaking. Can you allow her to finish,
She has a
and then you can
personal
get to
problem
your
with me.
point?
That's the thing. That's the thing,
Well,
B.
first
She has
off,
a personal
B-Man, when she
problem with
jumped
me.
into the conversation, she actually was
Oh,
addressing me when she jumped in here.
no,
No,
she
First
she
of all,
wasn't
wasn't.
hey,
addressing you,
No,
yo,
it's
Sissy.
not
Yes,
about
she
you. You're
was.
I
No,
waited
she
delusional.
until you
wasn't.
Okay,
finish.
well,
Oh
we can
my
go back
Dodo
and
God.
brain.
we can go
That's a
back and
Dodo
forth.
personal
brain.
problem that you have to deal with. No,
Ah,
she was not. To assume
Ladies,
that
Dodo
calm
is a
down for a
personal
brain.
second. One
problem.
at a time. One at a time. Mic
First
up.
of
Everybody
all,
mic up.
I waited until you was finished and you even dropped down. You got your little stupid fat ass out of here, okay, before I even started speaking. Okay? And you dropped down. Your butt ass hurt, and then you brought your ass back up here. Chemical brain, just sit down and be quiet for a second. It's not about you. The individual mentality has to stop. It's not about you. Okay? I don't give a shit about you. I don't know you. All right? And this is part of the freaking problem that we're having. The level of accountability is non-existent. For one person to come up here, all Christina was saying is, well, we're not every woman and every woman this. Christina may not be with the shits, but I am. Okay, you're not going to censor her because what she said, nothing wrong. Yeah, we know she ain't talking about every single woman. Duh. We know that every single woman on social media is not representing the black woman, but majority of the black women are shits. I said it. Are shit. Okay, you're raising the same little bastards that you're complaining about. And yes, technically I can't say bastard because majority of the black women aren't married. And if you're bringing in kids and you ain't married, your kid is a bastard. Sorry. You might not like what I'm saying, but am I lying? You know, and you ain't gonna come up here and tone police me and talking about, oh, she's being disrespectful. Well, bloody hell, the truth is disrespectful. Okay, and the truth don't give a shit about your opinion neither. Okay, this is the problem that we're having. And until the problem is eradicated, because we need a goddamn purge, until that happens, we're going to continue seeing the same level of stupidness. Like we could see a woman that's married and raising kids with a man and then still coming up here and talking about their friggin' independence. Like that level of stupidness, the covert feminism that we got going on. Okay, with other grown-ass women leading the younger generation of women to be miserable as shit. Teaching them to chase freaking degrees and freaking money, but yet still they're empty and dead on the inside. They don't got shit. The damn cats and dogs don't even want to be with y'all asses. And that's a fact. Women now, black women now are on more antidepressant than ever before. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
You're not. You
They're
can look that up.
antidepressant now more than ever before. And guess what? They're making more money now ever than before. And they are high on freaking antidepressants. Okay? They're unhealthy as hell. Can't even be carrying a baby to freaking full term as how you're supposed to because you want to overeat every goddamn thing. You're supposed to be freaking gaining 25 to 30 pounds during your pregnancy. By the time you're 6 months, you're coming into my goddamn office. I got to be performing emergency C-section on your ass. You're freaking like 45 pounds overweight. Unhealthy for the baby. The baby has freaking Billy Rubin and all other freaking complications. God is staying in the NICU. So you want to talk to me about it? We could talk about it on a professional level, on a social level, or any other freaking type of level because I'm seeing it from all angles. I'm seeing it. You have hypertension, diabetes, preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, all types of levels of shit that's going on. And then you have the nerves to come up here and want to say, yeah, but the black man should this and the black man should that. Well, love, how about you start letting the black man has his rightful place in the kid's life, okay? Because women don't know how to regulate themselves. And that's the truth. You also may not like me saying that, but that is a fact. Okay? You have little girls hitting puberty now faster than ever before. You know why? Because they don't have a man living in their household to help them regulate their hormones, okay? And that is a fact. So it's like, you got to let the man have their rightful place as the man. You can't be no man. You're not no man and you can't raise no man. You can only raise a decent person, but you cannot raise a man. So until you start understanding your role as a woman and take your rightful place as a woman, and that is a very strong role. I don't know where you guys get this thing like it's being weak and dense. To be a woman is to be so strong. But it also means to be soft and feminine and know your place and know that you can speak life. You can speak life because you know why? You transport life. Let the man be the transformer and you transport. That is your place. Take that place. Why the hell you want to do everything? You're not meant to do everything. You're not. The kids are suffering, and we need to get back to that. The kids, I don't give a shit about your big grown ass self. The kids is where it's at. Okay? This cycle has to be stopped. And I'm gonna yield my time at whoever the hell needed. Please, I'm sorry, guys.
Christina, did you feel like I was trying to tone police you?
Oh my Lord.
I think that a few people in the comments were trying to. I'm not sure if you were a part of that or not, but I clearly said not all women.
Right.
I said some women.
Right.
But go ahead.
No, I just really wanted to ask you because ultimately, you know, I was kind of adding to some of the things that you were saying, and that's really the only person that I care about, whether or not you felt that I was coming in trying to tone police you. When I come into these conversations, I come into these conversations to add value. I come into these conversations to add, you know, my take on life. And no, I'm not about to sit here and pretend that I always gonna agree with you. I don't have to. I'm not talking about you specifically, Christine. I'm talking about just in general. I'm saying just in general, I don't have to agree with somebody. But just because I don't agree with you does not give you the right to try to dismiss my feelings either, or where I'm at, my opinion or my perspective or point of view either. And that's not what I'm ever trying to do when I come into the conversation. So that's why I wanted to ask Christina specifically, when I spoke, did I say something that made you feel like I was dismissing what you said or that I was tone policing you? Because that was what was said to me.
I don't take anything to heart on TikTok.
I appreciate that.
So if you say something, as long as you don't disrespect me, I'm fine with that. I know how to open my mouth. But
Right.
Earth Goddess is correct. I'm very mild with it. I'm not gonna do all of that.
Well, see, that's my thing.
But what I'm saying is, if there's something you disagree with, I'd like to know what it was.
I didn't specifically disagree with anything, actually. I just made an additional statement when I came in there, but I just wanted to just point that out because that was the statement that was made. So all I'm doing right now is just checking balances. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't take anything, a conversation like this here, I don't take it personal.
Mhm.
But she is correct. I'm very mild. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not going to do it.
I feel
But they got my back a little bit. So you got to be careful, you know.
I'm not
if you
gonna
do
be
come off
careful.
wrong, they are gonna, you know, because they've been here for a while.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, there's nothing that I need to be careful about because I'm not coming into the conversation being rude, disrespectful, or condescending. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not coming in that way, then I don't know what the problem is. So anyway,
you can go ahead and speak. I'm off of it.
I appreciate the conversation. I said what I had to say, and what I had to say was valuable to add to the conversation. That's it. That's all.
Well, piggyback off of what was said too, as far as the men is concerned, because I can talk as a man because I am one. I understand what the ladies are saying and they're correct, but we do have a certain amount of men too. They're not doing what they need to do. They're not leading like they're supposed to lead. Majority of men are high all day, drinking all day, not putting in the work too as well. So it's just not the sisters. But I do understand that we all have some part in it. But at the same time, it's hard to lead when you don't listen, but it's hard to follow somebody when they don't know what they're doing. You know, so like I said, everybody makes good points, and everybody has said something that I can take away from from going on. But as a leader, sometimes it's hard when when you know you're leading with good intentions, coming from a healthy place, and you got the people around you that's not listening. You know, so like I said, these are strong women on the panel. I respect everybody up here. I'm just saying we all got a part to play in this, but it's just hard.
Yeah.
The way you look at it, we can point out anything. We can jump on the men. We can jump on the women. It's just hard. It's just hard.
Yeah.
I don't have a
appreciate you adding
solution.
that.
I wish I did have a solution. That's why all my grandma taught me how to do is when things go wrong to pray. That's all I know how to do with all my family is pray and cover my family. But at the same time, we do have to make some difference. We're not getting no results by doing the way we're doing.
Mhm. I appreciate you saying that last part of because it adds an element of transparency, and I think transparency is so key because when we know, first off, when women know that the man is having a difficult time, that gives us the space to give you the space, you know, that gives us the space to be gentle with you and to be open with you and things of that nature, right? Like I talk to my husband all the time, like you know, you have, you know, when you have something going on with me,
when I allow you the space to open up, or vice versa, when I have something going on and I allow him the space, we really find ourselves in a higher space than we ever were when we find ourselves closer together. And this is something that, as a group and as a whole, transparency is a part of the healing process. That's just my personal belief, right? I feel like transparency is a part of that, because we don't always know what your experience is, just like you don't always know what our experience is. I'm gonna leave it there.
How y'all doing?
Hi, Khalid.
Oh, what's happening? Just join right now. Seem like like always. You feel me? It's always something heated going on. I just joined with Earth going crazy. You feel quietly. You feel me? It's like both of y'all always going at each other for some
I'm not,
reason.
Ella, 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 don't come in here with that nonsense. I'm not going crazy. I'm passionate. Okay, it's a
No,
difference.
okay,
And I
okay.
wasn't,
So
and I wasn't going
let
at
me
her.
reward it.
Okay,
Okay, so listen,
please,
yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Being
Appreciate
passionate,
that.
you feel me? Yeah, okay, so yeah. And one thing I wanted to add too, you feel me? And I'm not speaking for nobody, but this is what I hear, this is what I think, you feel me? When
Can you just address the prompt? We don't want to talk about her and all of this. Can you just address the prompt?
oh, okay.
Thank you, sister.
Baby, we'll just continue. Okay, say no more, and we'll just continue on from there. Okay, who's responsible for broken homes in the black community? Um, Personally, I nah, don't take it the wrong way. You feel me? I feel like so now. This is in America alone because I live in America. I feel like women, you feel me, have more of a edge over the men, especially in the court system. You know, and I could bring up so many different examples of that too as well. A woman could falsely accuse a man of a certain issue, and he got to deal with it and has to prove himself. Oh no, she's wrong, and go through all this courts, all types of stuff. Um, Especially when it come down to like when it either divorce or having custody over the child, or not even just custody, but just being able to see his child. And the crazy part to another thing I was going to mention too is like it only seems like because I've been on social media and I can I feel like I say the same for y'all. Y'all been on social media as long as social media has been existing. You feel me? From the time that it came on our phones, early on, from MySpaces and all of that. Um, it only seems like only in our community we only have a problem with when it come down to like issues with relationships, or men treating women or women treating men a certain way. But in a sense, I feel like women use their edge or their in a way to take advantage on men who really trying to do something. And I'm not saying men are aren't wrong, which there is. You feel me? But I feel like y'all got an edge over over the men. I rest my case.
Mhm.
Maybe two more. I ain't gonna come back after. Yeah, sure. What happened? Where we at? What I missed? Everything.
With that edge that you
Everything.
mentioned, Khalid, do you feel like there is any room for Black men specifically to kind of have a solution?
I mean, the
Do you
solution
have a
is
solution to add to that?
my only solution is really is okay. Like it depends on what the man did, right? If it's just a regular disagreement, just going back and forth, arguments. Because I feel like sometimes certain women who like they're more emotionally engaged rather than using just logic or the benefit of the kid. You feel me? They they'll do anything to make him feel hurt.
Mhm.
Because I honestly seen, you feel me, from others' perspective, of like, okay, I've been around that, where a woman will use, her children, you feel me, in order to get back at him.
Mhm. I've seen both sides. I've seen sides where there's a woman that uses the child as like a weapon, but I've also seen women who are still offering the opportunity to, hey, you come get your child as long as you want. You want to be very open with the father, allow the father to take the child, and they have a agreement, so to speak. Um, but I've also seen situations where a woman is willing to give her child the father an opportunity to be with his child, but he's chosen not to. So I think it's just there are
Okay.
so many scenarios that are
Okay.
available.
Okay.
I
So
feel
yeah.
like
No, that's a good point. Now, let me tell you this right here, right? Okay. Do you know it's easier for, or not? Okay, my bad. Not easier, but a single man with no children would date a woman with children, right? It depends on how many children, right? In a sense, right? Let's just say just one child or two, right? Date a woman with children and accept that, and eventually, even though he intention doesn't accept, the responsibility, but he has some responsibility to the woman. So whatever the woman needs, in a sense, he would take care of that. But a woman dating a single woman with no children wouldn't date a man with children.
Hmm.
uh,
Come on, Earth, you
How
want to
often does
speak?
that happen? Or how often does that happen though? A single woman
I got a solution.
be in a relationship with a man that has children.
I've seen it a lot, honestly.
Happens a lot.
I've seen it a lot.
That
Yeah.
happens a lot.
I don't know about that one.
No, it
Come
does.
on, Earth.
I got a solution.
You
Men need to start telling women that they're broke. Okay,
Mm,
stop going on dates.
mm.
Okay, and actually stop dating. Well, not dating, right? But after you done make a selection, stop being with women who actually like you. Okay, not like what you got, not like your resources. Women who actually like you. Women who's gonna be happy to see you, like the dog that's waiting for you at the door with their tongue out and that type of thing. Yeah, because men don't know what it's like for women to actually like them. Majority of your moms didn't even really like y'all for real. Okay, so we got to start eradicating problems from the roots. Okay, only start giving your seed, your resources, because your seed is the biggest resource that you got. Okay, to women who are deserving, women that you actually want to build families with. Okay, it will start eradicating a lot of things. And let me tell you something: if a man has 4 baby moms, okay, a man is going to be, well, not all men, guys, so I hope you guys are listening well enough. Okay, if a man don't like that one over there that wear the bright Ronald McDonald's wig, okay, that kid is probably going to get the least of him. Okay, that kid that he has with that woman that make his life hell, or that woman who do not represent him well, is probably going to get the least of him, and that's a fact. Okay, so to eradicate a lot of problems, okay, women need to start understanding their power. Okay, you're the transporter into this world, and man, you need to start having autonomy over your seed, because that is your biggest resource. Start being with women who actually like you. Okay, woman that is going to actually be there for you. If you don't like your mom and you have a shitty mom too, because that's a problem amongst black men. Okay, we need to go seek therapy, because our mamas freaking damaged us. Okay, your mom didn't even speak life into you, but because of the culture, you can't really go against mom, can you? Because your mom is oftentimes your hero and your villain all in one. Okay, so there's a lot of things that got to be eradicated from the root. Okay, kids need to start having homes. And I dare one of y'all dincy dumbass women in the comments, or anyone up here on this panel, start talking about everyone is not gonna get married. Marriage is not for everybody. All of this nonsense. Okay, the minute you start deciding to have kids, it ain't about you, love. It's not about you. I don't care about your feelings. You have too much feelings anyway. You're gonna rip the entire family apart, the entire home apart, based on your bloody feelings. So get control of your feelings. Control of your own feelings. Have autonomy over you and your feelings. You have to think about the little kids.
Got
So
it.
that this level of stuff gotta stop. This line of stuff that keeps perpetuating through the black community, because every other group of people are doing it. Whether they like you today or they don't like you, or for whatever reason they got married for love or whatever. And a love marriage is the rarest kind of marriage in the world, in case y'all didn't know that. Okay, that is the rarest kind of marriage in the world, an actual love marriage. Because people don't really get married because, oh, I'm so in love with you, you give me butterflies in my feelings, you give me goosebumps. That's not the reason why people get married. Men are not out here marrying women because of that reason, and I hope you guys know that. Men are not. A lot of men are married to the woman that they don't feel that way about. Men and women aren't the same. Okay, Get some structure going, some structure, and get your emotions in check. Okay, we have to start playing the long game like every other group of people, because this is the reason why we're so behind. And as a woman who's of mixed ethnic group, I definitely can see the difference in both sides, because I have one foot here and I have one foot there, and I'm split down the middle, and I can see the difference in how people think and the actions that they make. Okay, we need security and structure. And the individual mentality has to stop. It's not about you. It's about what's good for family and community. It's not about you. And B, I yield my time to you, love.
I was just saying this one point. I always really wish, like, it's gonna be definitely hard in America, but I do like the cultures where, the girls, there's arranged marriages. Me personally, I believe in arranged marriages, and I wish as a community, even in as a black community, we was at a certain point where we could even do that, and we had that, everybody was on that same basis and mindset, because especially with today, like you just said, like the majority of people actually getting married for love. So if you're not getting married for love, half of these people that are getting married for the other things, they're not even doing it right. They need help. So what's the difference of now protecting your child from many bodies of failures, and some still failing? And you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying, Like,
I understand.
I just wish that, yeah, I wish we was able to do that, but we're not there as a community, financially, occupational wise, mindset wise, most definitely. Like, we're not there, but that's something that should, because I know, like, there was this community of black folks, it was all black community, and I think the range was like, I think over 100,000 and up, 80,000 to 100,000 and up, and they was talking about arranged marriages for their daughters that they do set in their community. I have to look it up. I'm gonna bring it up.
So,
I had seen it a couple of weeks ago.
so you know what, B? My family, okay,
Mm-hmm.
my mom's side of family practices that. And I remember
That's
when I
beautiful.
came to the States and I came to live permanently, and I was going to get ready to go to uni and all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I met my ex-husband when I was 17. He was a black American man. Okay. And that, needless to say, that is not who my family wanted me to marry. Okay. That is not who my family wanted me to marry. They already had my whole life planned out for me. I already knew what I wanted to be. I have my career that I always wanted to be. Okay. Now in my big grown age, but I got married when I was 20. I left straight out of my parents' home into my husband's home. And now that I'm a divorced woman, for anybody who's always talking about she's not even married and never been married, dum dum. I was married for many, many years. I have 3 children, okay? And in my big grown age, I have 10 brothers. And do you know, if you see me anywhere that you see me, whether I'm going to a party, whether I'm going to anywhere, I always have a male escort. My brothers them don't let me drive nowhere. I don't go anywhere without a male escort. I don't go to Whole Foods by myself. I literally don't do nothing without a male escort. And when my husband was in the picture, okay, that was different because he was the man. So I'm saying that to say that we have to start getting back to some type of community and some type of structure where protection is available. Because there's 3 things a man's presence, okay? A man's presence says a lot. Okay. I live by myself, but you know what? One of my brothers them frequent where I live so that people can see that I have male presence. You understand? Do you know what the male presence is worth? It's worth so much because there's people out there that's looking, people that you don't even think is paying attention to you. Okay. A male brings protection to you in all forms. When you talk about protection, provision, all of those things, that's essentially protection. You understand what I'm saying? We have to get back to this root of what community and family really is. This level of individual mentality that is here perpetuated against the black community, it has to stop. It's like this crab in a freaking barrel mentality. It's
We lost you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Every time I talk about one of my brothers, they call. I don't know if they have freaking bugs or some shit in my house, but it's all the time.
We want to let Travis and
Well,
oh, well, you come on, hold
yeah,
on.
go ahead. No. You can go ahead.
I-
Call eight for
okay.
me, please. Calling.
Hey, so just looking at the prompt on the screen, it's just always good to remember that African Americans per se, we're a product of the slave trade, and this always stems back to a systematic matter. I know a lot of the times when we go on panels like this, the conversation only stays on the surface level of what men should do versus what women should do, and that's a cool, trendy conversation. But the reality is a lot of things that are trauma. It stems from, again, basic slavery tactics that were used to just divide us in general. So, like, immediately, the man he was always embarrassed in front of his woman, beat in front of his woman. The woman was always put in a position to take care of the children. That mentality has followed us all the way to 2025. Um, it works. It works the same way within the actual system itself, as far as welfare, the court system when it comes to child support. These are things that are haunting. And to double down on that is re-influence. It's glamorized within our culture, the music that we listen to. And the reality is that we don't control the music that we listen to as far as like the product. Yeah, we make the music, but we don't control the music. So this is all a big package, and it just keeps us at a wavelength of thinking that each other is the problem, where is our total surroundings, is where we are today, stuck in a place that makes us do this. Like the world watches us as is almost like a TV show, culture. We're just basically characterize people, the way we dress, the way we talk. But we think that it's us per se, but is a big game, is a big gimmick, and everybody's enjoying it, but we don't enjoy it from on many levels. We don't even control it as far as from the monetary level. We don't get paid off of it. Other people get paid off of it. And if we did come together, America wouldn't be the place that um, would be as marketable for people who, like, let's say Hispanic cultures or other Asian cultures, who can come here and basically get a head start because they already know that, hey, there's a race of people here that we're already automatically considered better than. Like, we're part of the whole big package of America. You come here, you get to choose either whiteness or blackness. Um, and the cultures who do well, they're taught immediately stay away from BLK culture, and the culture isn't so much about, the skin color, it's just the attitude, the fighting, the bickering. So this conversation in general, it's on the surface level. When I like it when there was one man up here talking about what the men should do, and then there's the woman Earth Goddess talking about what women should do. I think those are the constructive points in the conversation, because it's hard to hear from a woman what a man should do when she's only negating the points. She's only speaking from the perspective of her privilege, her pain, versus if a man says, yeah, the men are messing up, this is what we could do. I think from the man perspective per se, we lean too much on cultural things, like we like the street code or like what is cool. Those things that really messes up our mind versus, women. I don't feel comfortable speaking on, hey, or what a woman should do better. I do know that education has been something that has been leveraged to make Black women, BLK women in our community, have a one up on the BLK man, which keeps him in an inferior state of mind. It feels like he's inadequate with his woman in general, and that is leverage in certain relationships, and with education it does come a bigger, like a wider view of the world, and she can see her BLK man as distasteful, his habits, like how he dresses, how he talks. The same with women, like the BLK man can look at his woman is like, well, yeah, she's always wearing the McDonald wig, is what her goddess said, or her habits or how she's talking. So no, this isn't attractive, and these are all superficial things, but if we can just attack the root problem of it being systemic, I think that's the first start, and get over our own pain and the shame of being basically molested and perverted since slavery. Our pain is something that's profited around the world, and if we can keep that forefront in our minds when we go into dating, I think that's a good start. And also, Black people in America were small. Like, if you're not having success with African Americans, try dating someone from Africa, or Nigeria, Ghana, different locations. If you want to preserve, the melanin in your children, you don't have to be stuck here with the pool of, the African American community. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, young man. Go ahead, sister. You want to speak after you? I don't think I heard none from the brother at the bottom, the sister at the bottom down there, Trapper. Go ahead, B man. You too. Oh, I think.
Oh
You
no,
want to speak?
no. I didn't want to speak right now.
Oh, okay.
Can I go?
This thing be jumping off mic. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so one of the things that I kind of notice about various different cultural traditions as it relates to relationships is, one of the things that B Mays mentioned, which was the arranged marriage, is one portion of it. And I've seen that. I actually grew up and I was a Muslim, and in the religion, it has specific requirements before anything. So there's no sexual relationships, there's no even pretty much involving yourselves with the opposite sex until you get married. Another portion of that that I wanted to call out is before a man can even approach a woman to, ask her hand, he needs to be financially able to provide for her and a family. And that is one of the requirements before a relationship can even move on and start. So what we're looking at is we're looking at a whole group, a whole society, and a whole community of people who are entering into relationships without even having the basic core necessities to enter into a relationship based upon those standards that were previously mentioned. And a lot of cultures around the world pretty much all have those same types of standards. But it does require that the man that wants to marry this woman has to be prepared to provide, and he does have to be financially able and capable of providing for a family. So we can go around in circles. I'm not saying that it's all about that, because as a woman, the girls are already groomed or taught how to be wives. They are taught how to care for their husbands and, doing all the kind of domestic things, and then also how to be nurturing and things of that nature. So it kind of comes with the package, but a part of the package on the opposite end is that you do have to be prepared to, bring this woman into your home, And so I think that is, if we're looking at the world view on relationships and marriage, that has to be another added component that we put into the mix.
Yeah, quite to add on to that too. It's more of a broader view when it comes down to like arranged marriages, because no family who's willing to give up their daughter is going to have them married to a man who can't take care of them, let alone the family too. Usually comes from
That's real.
yeah, because it's more of a broader thing. I can get deeper into that. Your mother, your father won't let you get married to a man.
What's going on, everybody?
A man who take care of you, financially stable, a good man, come from a good family. It's a lot of different basics. Like even way before that too. Even white folks, you feel me, from the kings and queens time, will use that in a political view, in order to strengthen their their connection through different spaces. But I feel like others will use that. So it's always good and the bad about a lot of the things that that been happening through arranged marriages or just marriages alone. And one of the questions I wanted to ask too as well, even for the ladies is too as well. Do y'all think if it's been like a certain amount of years
Hold on, Khalid. We're gonna let
Yeah,
you get it in, but
yeah. For sure, yeah, absolutely. I got you, brother. Yep.
we want to let the brothers who haven't had a chance to speak.
What's
Blessed for
going on?
life.
For sure.
Yeah, what's
I'm
going
not
on?
sure I heard every day and trapping. So go ahead, speak, brothers, and then we'll get back to Khalid with his question. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
What's going
What
on? What's
what
going on,
what I
brother?
want to speak on in the Black American family. Two two people get together and they both come from basically broken homes. Like it might start off good, but it's gonna be some highs and lows. The thing about it, if you want to get married, how it's gonna be for better for worse, and you can't even get through the first process. So why would somebody marry someone knowing that both of them got trauma? So how I look at it, both of them should come together and seek some type of therapy. But a lot of people don't think that. They think, oh, I can let this person move on and I hurry up and rush into something else. And then you ain't doing them but creating circles and patterns. It's all about seeing that person and knowing that they have some type of mental disability. That's what I call it, because we try to act like we don't have that, but most of the Black Americans do, because we all come from broken homes, most likely. But some people be in a rush to, hey, I want to have this title, but I don't want to fix myself. So that's where a lot of things go wrong. And like my situation, I came in a situation with someone that already had a child, and I stepped up and things went left, and I got left, but it is what it is on that. I seek therapy, went to therapy, asked that person to go. They didn't want to go, they moved on and stuff, and still try to be there for my kids. And it's like I get the pride of it now just because you didn't want to heal with me. And now that I'm healing and fully myself and got a mental function, like I'm functioning pretty well by myself on my own, I feel like it's like now I'm gonna deprive you
How you doing, young brother?
with me.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just basically saying now it's like I get the pride because I'm doing what I have to do by myself and not with that person. He thought I wasn't gonna make it, you know. Suicidal is one big thing that people don't like to talk about. You know what I'm saying? After you get over stuff like that, it's like, who can stop me now? Only thing I want to do is provide for my kids, and now you deprive me for that. So, on both ends, it be both our faults, and both of us need to be the bigger person and take accountability. We can't. Everybody don't like doing that. They always think I don't have a problem. Well, you got to look where it comes from. It comes from your family tree, the root. Like the lady said earlier, it's the root. But that's basically what I wanted to speak on my end. I feel like people got to realize, like, we all got to come together if we gonna make children. It don't make sense to go ahead and cut the line. But that's all I have to say on my end.
Okay, young brother, let me holler at you for a minute. Blessed for life. Yeah, I heard you say something about you seek therapy. When was this?
2022.
Okay, how you doing now?
I'm great, man. I'm great. A lot of things going on. I'm trying to talk to my kids and see them, but it's like I'm being deprived because of the things I say and do. And I talk good to all the kids. I tell both of my kids to make sure you take care of your other, siblings, which is not mine. So it's like when I speak positive, person gonna say, "Oh, why are you talking about me?" I'm like, I didn't say nothing about you. I told my kids to take care of their siblings, which it is their siblings. So it's like sometimes you realize it's not you, it's the other person, and they don't want to take accountability. So it's like I'm to a point where I moved on, and I'm gonna do what I have to do, but I'm not fit to chase nobody. You know what I'm saying? Walking around here looking like Eddie Kane, I got to move on.
Do you got any family or friends that supporting you and the things that you do? They
Yes. I have several friends, basically from middle school that basically came in strong and got me back to where I need to be. And I have a few. I lost a lot of family members because I stood up for myself, but I still have some family members that there for me. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I'm still gonna make it. Like Jada Kiss, we gonna make it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, young brother. You sound like a young man that took a lot of accountability. I'm gonna tell you that I'm proud of you. From this coming from Chicago, and I
Appreciate you, bro.
appreciate you. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you coming here and being transparent the way you is, man. So it's
Appreciate you, man.
good that you. A lot of people take therapy as something bad, and we have a nation that talks about mental illness and therapy as if it's becoming commonplace. So for you to come up here and be transparent and say that you went and did that. I really appreciate that.
I did it for my kids, man. I'm 36, about to be 37. I ain't have kids till I was 31, so it's like this person I was planning on building with you, but you look at me like I'm not a human. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm cool with that. I don't look at you no different way. Like you still got trauma and you don't want to take accountability. So I'm just gonna put it in, the higher power, the spirit, the Lord, whatever everybody got their own religion, whatever you want to call it. But it's like I can't play with that no more. Like I've been working out, getting in shape, you know. It's like you not letting me talk to my kids make me become a monster, you know. Sad but true, but a monster, a gentle monster. I'll say that because I still don't walk around here harming people.
Sometimes we go through things, right? And we may not know why, but it's about how you face those challenges that build a certain character in you. A lot of people don't like the negative, but it's a reality to why God, the universe, allowed for certain things to happen because it be a greater purpose, right? So
Most definitely.
if you don't identify with that, then it'll put you you'll be complacent the way you become detrimental to people. But from what I hear from you, accountability, brother. So if you stay that way, you'll keep going and you'll get better. And then eventually you'll be able to understand why you may have went through certain things. So you just keep on fighting a good fight.
Most definitely, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you being
I'm
transparent.
from Louisiana, stay
And
in Texas.
I got family all down through Louisiana, man.
My kid's mother from Chicago, so
Much respect. All right.
most definitely.
I'm gonna let Trapping or in Riddy, you can speak. I ain't heard from you, brothers. Come on, go on, brother. Riddy,
Yo,
come on. Every day.
hey, how y'all doing, y'all?
Okay, okay.
Hey, it's good to talk to y'all. Hey, blessed for life, man. We love you, bro, and we proud of you, man. And that's something that that's something that is wrong with the black community, and society in general also. But I think we do need to, well, I know we do need to like do better in this, being there for one another because we all go through things, but and it ain't nothing. And therapy is so good. And therapy, what people don't understand, therapy can save your life, man. So it can save you so much headache and going through the same things over and over again, and it can really cure some good things and get you
Most
to the
definitely.
life that God wants you to want you to live, And we real proud of you, man. We can tell you your character, you building your character, and guess what? When that right queen come across you, they gonna understand, and you gonna, hey, God got you. So
Most
we love
definitely.
you,
Appreciate you,
bro,
brother.
and we proud
Appreciate
of
you.
you, man. And just keep fighting for your kids, and
Yeah.
hey, we in your corner, bro. I didn't
Uh,
follow you and everything,
And
like
bro.
happy
like I
Father's
said
Day
in the
to all you
comments.
brothers on the stage too, man.
Real
Happy
talk,
Father's Day to
man.
all y'all, man.
Real talk, man.
Big
And
facts,
Yeah,
big
like I
facts.
said, I probably don't even talk to my kids for Father's Day. So, like I voice my opinion because I feel like every person, man or male or female, deserves, to have time with their kids.
Yeah,
Not don't be bitter because the past.
you got the right name. So, when you standing, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you standing for certain things in life, especially when you try to attribute yourself to be a soldier of the Most High, what'll happen is you'll face certain challenges to become proven. So it's just a greater purpose, and you just try to stay positive, brother. And like I said, happy Father's Day to all you brothers. We got about 10 minutes because I usually come from 5:30 to 8 because I come back at 9:30. So I want to let everybody get a chance to speak before I take off, or we can come back tonight, catch a little break, and then we come back at
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I just want to add a little bit. So that my bad. I just want quick little 10 seconds. I just want to add to that. So you feel me, man? It's mad dope, man. Cause what Bless was saying too earlier, him, going through therapy and whatnot. You feel me? Even this right here, this live that we doing right now, everybody expressing it, what they feel, what they holding in. You feel me? What they think about. You feel me? So which is mad dope. Like just hey, man. Let it be, man. Just let it go. You feel me? Explain, talk about what you want to talk about. You feel me? Without being disrespectful or anything like that. And this is real dope. And bro, like literally play, like let everybody talk. He not intervening with nobody. He just let everybody talk. You hear me? He the host. He just let everybody join, talk. You feel me? Talk what you want to talk about. Express your feelings, express your thoughts. You feel me? And everybody gonna have disagreements. Have a different thought about it. But this is another version of of therapy itself. You feel me? Just talking about it. You feel me? Talk about your family. You can talk with your family members. You can talk with literally we don't know each other. We ain't never seen each other ever, and we just talking how we feel. You feel me? So it's another form. Shout out to you, Play. You feel me? And happy Father's Day to all the brothers once again. You hear me? Much love, man. It's gonna get
Likewise,
bigger and better.
likewise.
You hear me?
Most
100. I'm
definitely.
gonna let this love up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say something real quick. Yeah, shout out to the host, man. Shout out to everybody on here. You know, you all loved, and like I said, this is a good thing. I love this podcast, man, because this is what people need. You know, encouragement. We live in a world where so much negative stuff going on. This social media stuff, and I'm gonna give you the best advice I can give you from a brother, man. Like, don't listen to society. Listen to God. And find your purpose. Find some people that genuinely care about you, that love you, that want to push you to be the best people. And just surround yourself with positive people. And like I said, I know it's a lot of bad stuff going on, but don't think everybody bad. There's a lot of good women out here, and there's a lot of good men out here. But it takes two, to become one for it to work. And we just communicate effectively, just communicate, have emotional intelligence, treat each other with respect, and just the little small things matter so much. And I just think right now, society, they getting away. They don't care. They put the big things. It's like a highlight reel, all this stuff, and we see all this stuff, but we don't understand that these people are going through crazy things behind closed doors. So don't
Yeah.
think just because somebody putting a highlight tape or they doing this and this and this, but how are you treating people behind closed doors? Do you got emotional
That's
intelligence? Do
real.
you know how to
I,
respect
I
a
just
woman? Huh?
I just feel like a lot of people lust for social media, like
Yes.
fame. They lust for
Yes.
social media fame, and it be temporary. Like
Mm-hmm.
them people you don't even know, they gonna congratulate you one day and laugh at you the next day. So
Real
that's
talk.
the highs and the lows, the yin and the yang.
Yep, exactly. And the social media is really, a lot- now, this is a positive platform right here. But like I said, there's so much bad stuff going on and so much negative stuff that's all we seeing all every day. And the thing about it, the kids seeing it, all these, and it's really crazy. And they're putting a lot of people in bad positions. So like I said earlier, it ain't no problem with getting help, asking for help, and getting therapy, and they can save your life. And God love you. God love you, man. And just try to make all your actions bring people closer to God. Like if you with a woman, hey, treat that woman good. Like, and it should be all the time. It should be a part-time thing. Just respect her, and a real woman of God, she'll understand that, and y'all could come together as two, be married, and win together as a team. That's what it's about. And it takes two, y'all. You can't do it by yourself.
That's
If
real,
you want to
brother.
be in a
That's real.
relationship, you
I,
can't
pre-
do it by yourself.
I
And if you don't
appreciate you,
have
brother.
some
I
real
appreciate
talk,
you.
man.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
real.
real talk, and shout out to the host, like it takes two. And if they're not on the same page after you didn't gave them, you didn't try to talk to them several times. You have been nice as you possibly can. Sometimes it just don't work out. And guess what? You ain't got to end things mean or anything. Say, hey, look, sweetie, we ain't on the same page. I have tried as much as I can. Look, I wish you done but the best. And look, hey, maybe we'll catch up in the future and just end things
Hey,
nicely. Don't
what you
don't
just
don't.
spoke, I said that like literally 3 days ago, literally. Like I gave it up. It was like I gotta focus on my business, My kids are my business, but you holding them hostage. So now I gotta focus on my business personally. So I get where you coming from, most definitely.
Real talk. And like I said, just make sure they on the same page, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of them they can be on the same page with you. But you gotta, like I said, slow down, ask questions, get to know that person, and don't be so quick. Don't be quick to jump in a relationship. Get to know that person, get to know where they come from, how they was raised, and guess what? If you ain't nobody perfect, but guess what? Find somebody that's open minded, that want to
Most
be
definitely.
that want to
Most
be
definitely.
right and not want to do wrong. They want to do right all the time. And there's some people out here like that, man. God bless y'all. I love y'all. If I ever can help anybody on here,
God
Hey,
let me
bless,
know
most
Yeah,
your
definitely.
love, man.
100. Yeah, and shout out to the sisters, man, Christina and Quella,
we be
man.
back.
You
We be
know,
back. We be
Thank
back,
you.
young
man,
brother.
shout out to y'all, man. All the sisters that came in here, you feel me? I know you speak
We'll
of
be back.
differences.
We'll be back every day. We here. So if y'all
Real
want to
For
talk.
come back,
sure.
y'all can always come back. We have certain type of topics. Some gonna be a little, smooth, but all of us to have a conversation to get certain things out. I want to let the sister speak before we get out of here, and then I'll let T speak, and if Christina, you want to say something, otherwise we'll be back in a couple of hours. But go ahead, Quala.
Yeah, thank you so much, y'all. Real quick, Bless, I just wanted to say, listen, my grandfather always tells me, you know, if somebody say something negative about you or spewing out negativity to you, prove them wrong. And I've been doing that since day one. And later I found out that that's called transmutation. So I want you to know that when you said that you working out, you know, you go there pushing it out, pushing all that frustration out. I want you to know that you are transmuting energy and you turn it into something, taking something negative and you're turning it into something positive. So that's just a beautiful
I
thing.
appreciate that.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And I'm done. I'm out. Thank y'all. I had a good conversation.
You can come, you know, you can always come back, and we'll be back in a couple of hours. I know everybody be busy, but we here every day. So if you guys want to come back, you can always come back and tap in with us.
Yo,
Most
peace.
definitely.
Yo, this is for the
Come on,
fellas.
brother.
This for the fellas real fast, man. Listen, I just want to put in perspective that, I mean, a lot of kings are going through situations with they fighting battles with their children and all that other stuff. Listen, if you would not pay child support, if you could possess 51% of that child support, I mean, if that of that child's possession, meaning in custody. I mean, so if you continuously having that relationship with your child and dealing with custody, having them every other weekend or weekends, whatever, if you can prove to the court that you were honestly providing your time and your energy to this child, you won't pay child support.
Oh,
I
on
need
that
y'all to
end,
wake
I
up.
already took care. Like court stuff, I don't talk about because I already took care of that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm just talking about having my kids with me and me talking to them. So that part, I did my research and stuff on my own. You know, that's one thing. I'm intelligent. I might look, you know, ghetto or whatever you want to call it, but when it comes to that, like I literally fought for my kids. So on that part, I get where you coming from, brother. Most definitely.
The things you're going through, brother, is just there to make you stronger. So if you stay focused with the mentality that you displaying to us, and you being transparent like this, you're gonna be good.
Pastors lying to the public, they ain't got the truth in them. Lights out, gas off, boot listed city pimping. Blocks on fire cause the homeowners broke as fuck. Taxes up, water bill higher than a semi truck. It's a bigger play, a bigger play. Death before dishonor is the only way. Yeah, I tried to follow but they led astray.